Well, Liverpool have got a busy start to the season. That's what happens, Stevie Nicol, when you're successful. They've got a Super Cup, they've got a Community Shield as well. Before we get to your team to face Norwich in the opening Premier League game, let's take a look at the fixtures that they have over the first month or so of the season. And when you add in that you're not going to have some of the players that were in the AFCON and some of the other players, how difficult is this going to be for Jurgen Klopp?
It depends on how they're looking at these fixtures. Clearly Norwich and Southampton are huge, but in my experience the Community Shield doesn't matter, nobody cares. And personally, I'm not interested in the UEFA Super Cup either. So in some ways, because of the situation with the players that are missing, this is a decent start to the season. You know, obviously at home to Norwich, the open game of the season, regardless, you expect to win that game. Now, Southampton away in the second game may be a little tricky, but you'll settle for a little tricky. Had this been a Chelsea or a Man United or a City or a Spurs, then I would be looking at this thing a little differently, but I'm not.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the team you've picked to face Norwich. I mentioned the likes of Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah have been away, Alisson has been away.
Firmino, yeah.
Yeah, Firmino as well. Now, Salah and Firmino, it's not going to be long before they're back training, but you've not included either in your team. Why is that?
I was speaking the other day, and in my mind, I was sure that at least Salah would be playing, and probably Alisson. But then I listened to an interview that Jurgen Klopp gave, and he pretty much was saying, I am not going to jeopardise anybody by playing them too early. And the fact that all those four huge pieces of Liverpool's puzzle haven't even started yet, for me, there's no way they start the first two games of the season.
That team you've picked isn't first strength team, but it should be good enough to beat Norwich at home.
Well, it should be, yes. I mean, the middle core is the same that won the Champions League pretty much. You know, your back four and your middle three, that's a real strong unit. The question marks are in goal, clearly, with Mignolet, and then the front three of the Ox, Wijnaldum and Divock Origi is not ideal. But as you said, it still should be good enough, particularly at home against the Norwich side who have just been promoted.
Liverpool were thumped in Scotland at the weekend by Napoli 3-0. They've not had a good pre-season. Are you at all concerned?
No, having been a player in pre-season, having lost games badly, and certainly having coached in pre-season as well and lost games badly. Listen, I've also been involved in teams where they've had good, as far as winning games pre-season.
But it's meant nothing.
But it's meant nothing, you know. It really is down to that first game of the season, and it's down to how fit and how sharp they are. It's not down to the form or anything like that, because the desire will be there just because it's the first game of the season. It's down to have the coaching staff got the fitness right during the off-season, and the pre-season, sorry. That's the key to the first game of the season.
Some of the comments you just made in the previous answer about the strength and depth, guys like Origi and others, are you confident that Liverpool have enough strength and depth that if players get hurt, they can still keep up with Man City or whoever challenges?
I'd have to say no, I'm not. You know, I think in an ideal world, Liverpool need a centre-back of note to play alongside Van Dijk. You know, I've said before that Gomez could be the answer somewhere down the line, but for right now, I don't think Matip is the greatest. And clearly up front, Liverpool need cover. There's absolutely no question. You know, when any of the front three don't play, you just need to look at the team I just put out there when you've got midfielders playing up front. So that tells you, yes, they need to strengthen as far as the cover department is concerned.
The big thing I take from that, from Stevie Nicol, is that Mohamed Salah certainly is not guaranteed to start on the first day of the season.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPNFC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.